Hey everybody, today I just want to do a video on what it's like to keep a wood stove running when it's 30 below zero here in northeast Iowa. So I haven't done anything with it yet this morning, but I filled it last night at around 7 o'clock. So we're going to go out there this morning and see what it looks like, and I'll show you what it's like to keep her running. Keep the shop nice and toasty. Oh, just coming out here to the stove. Can you see it? We got my hand over it. 153. And there's a little something in there yet, but, well, basically I guess there's nothing. But we're going to change that. So this is my central boiler CL64 or 6048. It's my second winter. It's definitely been a cost savings in propane for myself, but I'm going to stir her up and load it. Get at least the first part of it going here. And even though there's probably not a lot of coals in some of this, I still like to kind of agitate it. I think the coals get packed in there so hard, you can't get any air down to burn them. You kind of want to stir it up a little bit. Like right there, it's really hard. And these boilers, you want to load everything to the front, because the flue is out the back, or the chimney's out the back. And if you have a fire back there, you know, it'll last longer, but because you can get more wood in it, but the heat just goes right up. So it doesn't make a lot of sense to fill it back there. Bunch of box elder from my junk wood pile. I probably shouldn't be burning this kind of wood right now. Because it doesn't last near as long, but you know, it also doesn't last very long on the ground. So if I don't get it used up, it's just gonna rot, and I'll have to burn it out in a big pile. That's a big one, we'll wait on that. So we got that junk wood in there. I got a few pieces of seasoned, what they call this, white oak, I think. There. the pieces on the bottom are all that, I'm gonna call it a junk wood, box elder. I was outside with snow on it, and it's already starting to burn. It's been laying in there for, well, not very long. Maybe it's hard to see in the sunlight. It's so bright out here. But, well, we're gonna come back in a little while and see what it looks like. Right now the temp is 146. We'll give it a half hour, see what she does. Alright, she's cheeching pretty good now. Let's see what she looks like. Woo. Give her a second to clear a little smoke out. That's not a raging inferno, but she's definitely burning. And that's 147, so it went up a degree, but it's been about 15 minutes. Well, I just wanted to talk to you about putting in a wood boiler. It was something I thought about for a long time, and I heat this 40 by 60 length and width, and it's 18-foot sidewalls, this shop, at 60 degrees all winter long, and then 70 when I'm out here hanging out with my friends, or 68. And then I have a big farmhouse, which is probably 3,000 square feet, old farmhouse. We heat that. We've got 2 little girls, so it's 72, which is a little warm for me, but I guess it keeps them from getting sick, so I'm not going to complain. So I used to go through about 3,000 gallons of propane every year, and the last couple years propane's been $2 a gallon, $1.70, something like that. So you know, I figure it's probably roughly saved me $10,000 so far in the first 2 years. The boiler cost $6,500, and the line that I put in was probably around $3,000. So, and the radiators in the building, you know, each building has a radiator and on a forced air furnace. They don't have in-floor heat or anything. I wish I would have had the foresight to put in-floor heat in the shop, but you know, we were working on a budget and we were already past it by 20%. So another $6,000 for to have the floor ready to heat was not exactly in there. So, and cutting the wood, you know, it takes time. It takes a little work. But I have the machinery to do so, and I got a lot of jobs I do where people want something cleared, and you know, if I gotta take out some nice hardwood, then I'll take it home with me. If they don't want it, then I'll take it. It's better than burning it on a slash pile. So, you know, the people I do work for, they definitely don't get charged any extra for me to dick around with firewood, but you know, it doesn't cost, it costs more probably if you figure in the price of your labor and $600 chainsaws and splitters, but you know, those can be used over a long period of time. So, you know, I really like heating with firewood. I don't think it's for everybody, but I enjoy it. It's nice having a fire to mess around with all winter. And then when it's like it is today, 30 degrees out, or 30 below zero, it was last night, it was the wind chill. You know, right now I'm not sure what it is. I think it's still 20 below, 15 below. But leaving the house at 72 degrees, and it doesn't really, you just throw another couple pieces of wood in there and you're good to go. So I kind of enjoy that. But we'll check in a little later with the firewood or with the boiler, see what it's doing, and we'll see what it looks like after the course of the day. All right, it's about 3:30. Kids should be getting home from school pretty quick. I'm gonna go ahead and check the boiler and see how she's doing on this tropical day. We're down to one, well, I guess we're up to 161, but we're probably down. I'm sure it reached its yeah, there's not a lot left from what was in there earlier. But I think we can throw a couple bigger pieces in. I really should tuck this cage so it's easier to get stuff out. But see if I can get this big son of a gun out of here. Boy. Pretty much all softwood, so we'll throw a few pieces of hardwood in there. And we'll let her cheech for a while, and I'd be surprised if it hadn't reached. Oh yeah, see, it's up to 167 already. I'm sure it was getting temp. Well, we'll check back in later tonight when I fill it. I don't normally fill it 3 times a day. I usually just fill it pretty full in the morning, but it is really cold, so I guess this way she goes. Okay, it's about 10 o'clock at night, or 1:55. Not really holding temp, and well, that's probably why. Well, I'm gonna fill this up and we'll see what it looks like in the morning. Well, it's been about 12 hours or so since we filled it last. And actually got filled this morning and didn't get recorded, so. But it was pretty low this morning when my friend was over, and he came out to start his car, and he was a nice guy, threw some wood in for me. I'm not going to complain about. But he put about half of a wheelbarrow full of wood in there, so you know, it took 3-4 fills in 24 hours, which is quite a bit, but it was cold and we had the house set a little higher than we normally do. We got a sick kid at home, but yeah, that's a day in the life of a firewood guy. So we'll see you guys on the next one.